believe it or not, some people still don't take Xbox seriously when it comes to video games. I know a lot of people in the industry and a lot of people, like fans and things like that, tend to believe the status quo and kind of just live by the idea that Sony is going to be okay no matter what they do, and that Microsoft is just no match for them. And at the end of the day, Microsoft is going to be the runner-up and things like that. I do think that that's probably a bad idea to continue to do that, because Microsoft clearly has an idea of what they want for their future. And even though I'm not a huge fan of Game Pass and things like that, I do see the value in it, and I think that we'll be seeing probably a lot of interesting things come from this in the future, in terms of what they're going to be able to accomplish and what they're going to be able to kind of get people to decide they want to do, and how they want to game and things like that. And I do think that Sony, despite the fact that they are such a behemoth, I still think that they're going to be able to do some good things and things like that. But I also think that Microsoft really has a chance to catch up in a lot of areas. And if this ends up coming to pass, I think it really kind of helps them to do that even further in the gaming space. So, I we'll wait and see what happens. But still, I thought that this was very interesting to talk about, and it looks like there's a couple things to talk about here, and I wanted to jump into it. Let's go ahead and get started. Hey everybody, I'm Crap Gamer, and this of course is Crap Gamer Reviews, your home for gaming news, opinions, reviews, and much more. You'll probably notice a few changes around here, but hey, that shouldn't stop you from giving us a like and possibly consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some of your free time with me today. It means the absolute world to me. I know how busy you guys are with work, school, family, friends, gaming, all that kind of stuff. So the fact that you decide to spend some time with me means everything, and I'm so appreciative that you guys come out and do that. Please like the videos if you do enjoy what I do. So thank you so much. With that being said, listen, everybody's going to have like an idea of what they enjoy, and everybody has an idea of what they want to see from video games and things like that. And to be honest with you, this makes a ton of sense that this would happen. But it looks like, and we'd heard some rumblings before that Phil Spencer was kind of in talks for this to happen. But now, and listen, I'm not a PC person. I don't care about PC. But I do see that if Game Pass were in Steam, that it could be that much bigger, because a lot of people, even though Game Pass is a good deal on PC, people don't want to give up their their Steam achievements or that launcher. I feel like that's something that is kind of ingrained in them, and they don't want to give it up, and I understand that. So the fact that you have Valve now saying, hey, we want to work with Microsoft to get it on Steam, I think that should be like the tipping point where people start to go, oh, holy crap. If that does happen, that could be, that big mark that they want to see in like subscriber bases and things like that. They're closing in on 30 million subscribers. If that were to happen, where they were to join in on Steam, they could easily surpass 50 million at record pace. So Valve co-founder Gabe Newell said that the company would welcome Xbox Game Pass service to Steam should Microsoft wish to make it available through that marketplace. Newell's comments to PC Gamer over this past weekend came a week after the launch of the Steam Deck handheld gaming PC. He said, we'd be more than happy to work with them to get that on Steam, Newell told PC Gamer, adding that a subscription service isn't something that we think we need to do ourselves. In any case, there's enough precedent to make such a deal plausible, as Microsoft in 2019 resumed selling its Windows PC titles on Steam after several years of offering its top games for sale exclusively through the Microsoft Store. Additionally, EA Play, whose library is available on Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers, likewise has been available on Steam since August 2020. Further, last week, Bethesda Softworks, which Microsoft acquired in 2020, announced it would retire the Bethesda Net launcher for its games on PC, another sign that Microsoft doesn't see proprietary storefronts or launchers as all that helpful to its games distribution. Newell said that Valve and Microsoft had spoke already about selling Game Pass subscriptions on Steam. And I quote, if your customers want it, then you should figure out how to make it happen, he told PC Gamer, and that's where we're at. Right now, however, Game Pass delivers versions of the games that are slightly different from the ones that developers and publishers launch on Steam. which could complicate any integration plans there. And as far as the Steam Deck being a catalyst, getting Game Pass to Steam together, remember that the new hardware isn't ready to install Windows just yet. Once Valve and chipmaker AMD get drivers for Windows sorted out, owners could conceivably boot the operating system on the device to get their Game Pass library as they would on any regular Windows PC. So, again, this is something, is it going to happen? It's really hard saying, we don't really know yet, but it is something that, we could see happening before too long, and it might make a lot of sense for something like that to happen, and, we'll see. I think that, Microsoft and Sony both have different ideas when it comes to this stuff, and, we'll have to see what happens long term, and, for me personally, I think that this is something that, gamers have been kind of looking into for a while now and asking about. This is exactly maybe what I think fans were asking for. So if you do have fans that are asking for this stuff, then why not try to give it and deliver it to them as best as you can? So I think that's something that we should continue to kind of think and say, hey, you know what, that might happen. The other thing is, it looks like we maybe have some news on a game, an exclusive game that a lot of fans were looking forward to. And maybe it might not be the news that people want to hear, but the Perfect Dark reboot might be one of the most highly anticipated games on Xbox, but very little info has actually been revealed about the game over the last few months. Last September it was announced that Crystal Dynamics would be joining the initiative in co-developing the game, and reliable Xbox Insider previously reported that Perfect Dark had been could be released as a games as a service title, or that the single-player campaign could be broken up into individual episodes. Now that rumor has been reignited, as Crystal Dynamics lead producer Corey Butler's LinkedIn profile has been updated with a reference to include his experience with games as a service. An image on his profile, which I'm going to link in the description, it says speculation. It looks like Perfect Dark may be a games as a service, according to Crystal Dynamics lead producer's LinkedIn profile. It may be similar style to the Hitman series. Naturally, the tweet above it led to a lot of frustration. Many are concerned about the quality that the next Perfect Dark will suffer as a result, or that it might be released in an unfinished state. That said, it's far too early for fans to be freaking out about the game. Nothing has even been shown for it just yet, and it's possible that any service elements will relate to a multiplayer portion and not the single player. Of course, some replies have pointed out that Butler's LinkedIn could be referring to his work on Marvel's Avengers, which also happens to be games as a service title. As it stands, there's still no way of knowing whether this is actually happening, but fans can hardly be blamed for getting worked up, of course. It's been more than a decade since the Perfect Dark Remastered released, and the last wholly new game in the series was 2005's Perfect Dark Zero, which was a launch title for the Xbox 360. And after all these years, fans want to see the series return in a major way that lives up to the proud legacy established by the Nintendo 64 original. Hopefully we get, some kind of answer when they release it on when Joanna Dark's going to, have her new adventure, blah, blah, blah. But I do think that, fans have a right to be a little bit worried about these type of things. Will it be something that we should all worry about? Listen, I don't know. I think that it's fine if it has multiplayer, but I think that it probably should also not be something that kind of forces or does kind of episodic things. I don't really think that would fit with what they're trying to do. So, we'll wait and see what happens. Anyway, at least in what I think we should do as fans, we should probably wait. With that being said, thank you for watching. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up. Crap Gamer out.